Yeah, that's gonna sound cool. The thing that's cool is if you're really good at sound design, you can really get something out of any of these. So I'm testing out this new AI music product, and so I decided to make a video where I try to take the audio that I get from this app and build a song out of it. Now, it's in beta, so I can't show you what it looks like. I can't talk about the name of it, but it'll be out in the next couple months and you'll get to play with it too. But right now, I'm sort of playing with the pieces I get, and I figured it would be a good challenge for me as well to see, with these pieces, can I make something fun out of it? So I'm gonna give myself 4 hours to make this song. I think that'll lead to a cool outcome, and it will make a song that hopefully you enjoy. So let's see what we can do. The basic way that this technology works is kind of similar to like a DALL-E, where I query for something and I see what I can get as an output. Because this product isn't live yet, I can't actually show the user interface. But basically what I'm doing is querying for some sort of text and getting music as a response instead of an image. I can then take that music and put it into my Ableton Live session where I can manipulate the audio further. So the basic process I'm going to be using is to take these samples generated by the AI application, put them in my Ableton Live session, and then organize those clips together to make a song out of it. I think I'm going to go for like a dancey kind of feel, at least something with a backbeat. I'll see what sorts of sounds I can get, but I think that's going to be generally a good direction to go in. That gives a lot of freedom to play with the sounds. Okay, so we're generating MP3 files out of this. MP3 is gonna have a little bit lower of a sampling rate, but that doesn't mean you can't still get great audio out of it. I was searching to see if I could get some good drum sounds, like a 4 on the floor sort of thing. And this is not what I expected to find exactly, but I do like it. And it's great for this challenge where it's like a little bit surprising, but also sort of what I was looking for. So let's see if we can play with this and start building. This one's kind of cool. I got this one I queried for Hummer bass, and then I kind of timed it up and got it to fit. I think that'll be something I can use. So we'll figure out how to fit that one in. All right, so this was something that I got when I just queried for female isolated vocals. It's pretty clean. It's probably the cleanest sample I got from doing all of this. And the original sample sounds like this. So then I chopped up this sample and then I pitched it so I could use a keyboard to play and get the sounds the way I want. And I created this harmony melody line that I like right now. We'll see if we end up using it. This is what it sounds like. Some of the stuff I'm finding is, as you might guess, like a little bit crazy sounding, a little bit psychedelic. So here are some examples of some things I might get that are kind of in that realm. So I searched for fuzzy synthesizer isolated, and here's some of the outputs I got. That one's kind of cool, like ethereal. Definitely could use it, but I feel like I'm already getting a lot of like sort of atmospheric ethereal things. The thing that's cool is if you're really good at sound design, you can really get something out of any of these. I'm okay at sound design, so I might be able to, and I like to think that for a challenge like this, I can stretch myself. So see if we can incorporate some of these and kind of put them in alongside some more straightforward things that are a little bit easier to work with. So for the last hour and a half, I've been collecting a lot of different sounds. I've been playing around with them a little bit, but I think what I'm gonna do is just see what I can make now for a bit, kind of dive in deep and try things out and see what we find. And then, you know, hopefully in a little bit, once I figure out, oh, this needs a little bit more of this or it needs a little bit more of this, I'll go back in and try to use the app to create more. That being said, I do have a lot of sounds already, so I might be able to make something pretty compelling with what I have. I'm not sure if I have enough like lead elements or if I'll be able to pull that out of what I have. Very hopeful, but we'll see, and we'll only know once we try it out. So I'm gonna get into that and let's see what we come up with. Okay, so far I've put together some of the percussion. So I'm gonna show you some of the original samples I got and then how I'm kind of combining them right now. This is sort of a draft, so we'll still kind of see how this is gonna all shift together, but it's starting to sound kind of cool, so let's take a look. All right. Some claps. Got this robot snare. Some snare solo with some stuff combined together there. Then I have this auxiliary percussion I haven't used yet. Okay, so I started combining them. I got everything on beat, and then I turned up the tempo a bit. So we're at 125 BPM. Here's how things are sounding. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Let's see if we can get that Latin groove in there too. That would be pretty sweet. Ooh, I like this. Whew, yeah, that's gonna sound cool. Let's hear that all together with the drums. Cool, all right. Have high hopes for this. Let's hear how the mix is sounding. All right, I am loving the way this is sounding, so let's keep going. Whew. Okay, I've been at this way longer than I wanted to, but we have something pretty good going on, so I think it's all right. Wanted to break down a little bit of what I have in the session so far. It's gonna take me a little time to refine this, but I do have a full song at this point. And it's probably taken about 6 hours instead of the 4 that I was planning. We've got these drums. So this is all just cutting up the samples that I showed earlier, but the kick that I got came from the AI sample that originally sounded like this. And so you can see how that turned into this kick. Then we did a lot of other cleaning up. Here's how the high end of those drums sounds. And again, this is just taking samples that I got generated by AI and kind of rearranging them. And then all together it sounds like. Okay, cool. We have these synth chords that I use a little bit of a tremolator with, so they're gonna hit and then they're gonna kind of pulsate after that. I struggled a lot with the bass. To be honest, it's like really hard to get a clean sound for a bass. So when you're working from samples that aren't very clean, it's very hard to do. But this is the best I've been able to get so far. Gets the job done, but it's not ideal. So we've got these vocal chops. It's really more like a sampled ah, so it kind of sounds like the MIDI oohs and ahs as a result. I'm pretty happy with what I'm getting there. Some other synthesizers built off of sounds all together right now. The grooves are sounding like... So that's in a pretty good place. And then it gets up to this bigger section later on that's going to sound like... So I'm going to clean this up and then I'm going to come back to you with a finished product. Stay tuned. Okay, well, it's been a long day, but I finished the track. I'm pretty happy with it. One big takeaway, when you're producing, sometimes you want to have these sort of like weird sounds. Maybe you make them organically. Maybe you get them from a sample library and you screw with them. But sometimes you also want the nice and clean cutting sounds for things like basses, for hard hits, maybe for like a lead synth line or something like that. But what was tricky with this is I couldn't get any of those, so I kind of had to figure out how to get the cleanest thing I could with what I had. It was very difficult though, so there's some points in here where I really wanted to just kind of reach into that magic bag of samples and tools that I have, but staying true to the challenge, I did not. I'm pretty happy with what I came up with nonetheless. It's not quite up to the par of what I could do with other tools, but for the challenge, I think it's pretty good stuff. So hope you enjoy. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I know it might sound a little bit cliche, but it does really make a difference. Also, this was my first one-day challenge episode. I really enjoyed it and I think I'll do more, but typically so far I've been focusing on making my off-brand episodes. If you don't know what off-brand is, it's basically a series where I analyze artists and try to imitate their sound. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll like it, and you can find those videos right here.